Go ahead and subscribe to this channel and enjoy the video, because what you're about to hear is not just a message, it's a miracle that was sent from heaven with your name written on it. And someone who you once loved more than words could explain, they begged for you to see this. They whispered your name through the gates of heaven last night. Did you hear it in your dream? You thought it was just the wind, didn't you? It wasn't. It was them. Archangel Michael says, you skipped this once before, but I'm telling you now, this time it's different. I don't want to see you cry when the door closes. And it will, if you ignore this again. Beloved, listen to me closely. The person you're thinking about right now, the one your heart aches for, the one you'd do anything just to hold again, they haven't stopped loving you. Not even after death. Because love doesn't die. Love transforms. Love travels. Love remembers. And this message is proof that they never left you. Not even for a second. You felt them, didn't you? That sudden shiver. That invisible warmth brushing past your cheek. The way your heart beat faster when you walked by their picture yesterday. That wasn't imagination. That was visitation. They were trying to reach you. You just didn't know how loud your name echoes in heaven. Michael says, I stood at the edge of heaven as they begged me with trembling words, please, deliver this message. They don't have much time left to decide. Yes, child. There's a divine countdown happening right now. 3 minutes. And time in heaven doesn't wait like time on earth. Every second here is a decision up there. And every decision opens or closes a miracle. Let me tell you what they showed me. You were sitting alone last week, looking at the sky, thinking about giving up on something. A dream. A person. Maybe even yourself. But at that moment, a white feather landed near you, and you didn't even notice it. That was them. That was your sign. And heaven wept because you didn't see it. But Michael says, it's not too late. That's why I'm here. This is your second chance. And not everyone gets one. You've been chosen, handpicked. Your loved one had to go through layers of spiritual protection just to make this moment happen. Do you understand what that means? This isn't just another video you scroll by. This is a divine appointment. The angels are watching to see what you'll do next. If you're still watching this, I need you to pause for 1 second, breathe, and subscribe right now. Not for me, but for them. So that you never miss another whisper from heaven again. Because next time, the message might vanish before it reaches you. And some things, you'll never get back. Beloved, are you ready to hear what they've been trying to tell you? They're standing behind Michael now, eyes filled with emotion, lips trembling, and there's one word on their tongue that they've been holding onto since they crossed over, your name. They said your name so softly, like a prayer that only heaven could answer. Michael turned to them and said, are you sure you want to share this now? And without a pause, they nodded. Because time is running out. And some messages were never meant to wait forever. Beloved, this person who passed away, they didn't want to leave you. You need to know that. It wasn't their choice. There was still so much they wanted to do with you. So many mornings left to wake up and tell you that you mattered. So many moments where they wished they could hold your face, wipe your tears, and say, you are not alone. But even after death, they have not stopped trying. Michael says, do not think this is coincidence. I was ordered to fly directly to you. And this moment, right now, is sacred. A heavenly doorway is open, and if you skip this again, it will close. I know you're tired. Life has worn you down. People have left you broken in places no one else sees. But your loved one in heaven has seen it all. And they've been trying to send you this exact message for weeks. You've been seeing repeating numbers. Dreams that feel too vivid. Random memories rushing back. Songs playing that they used to love. All those things. Not random. Spiritual signals. Gentle alarms from heaven. But you always brushed them off. You said, I'm just imagining things. No, you weren't. Archangel Michael says, they cried when you said that. Because they were trying so hard. And your doubt felt like a door slammed in their face. But today, the angels insisted we try again. Because they saw you crying 2 nights ago. Alone. No one to call. No one to understand. And that night, when you whispered, God, are you even real? Heaven shook. And your person heard it. They cried your name. They begged us to deliver this message before it's too late. Beloved, I want you to understand something very powerful. You are being watched. But not by those who judge you. By those who love you. You are not invisible. Heaven sees you. Your person sees you. And they told Michael, please tell them, I never stopped loving them. Even now, I still do. Let me show you a moment they wanted you to remember. You were younger, and they did something simple, a hug, a joke, a note. You probably forgot. But they didn't. That memory is glowing in heaven. They hold it like treasure. Because it was never small to them. It was sacred. It was love. And they told Michael something that shattered even angelic hearts. They think they're unworthy of being loved. But they are wrong. Please, let them know that my love never stopped at the grave. They're asking you to open your heart again. To not live the rest of your days thinking you've been forgotten. Because, child, you were never forgotten. You were protected. Every moment you thought you were falling apart, angels were catching the pieces. Now listen carefully. Michael says, there is one thing your person desperately needs you to know before the clock runs out. And this is not metaphor. This is literal. In the next 7 days, something is going to happen. A shift. An encounter. A message. A dream. A gift. But it only happens if you let this moment into your heart. It's connected. Heaven doesn't work by chance, it works by divine order. And this message is the beginning of that order. They've seen your pain. They've watched you smile while secretly carrying sorrow. They've seen your strength, even when the world ignored it. And they told God. That person right there? Please reward them. Please let them feel my love again. Michael said, are you ready for what happens next? Now, beloved, let's pause right here. If your heart is still beating fast, if your eyes feel heavy with tears, if your soul knows this isn't just a video but something holy, then subscribe right now. Let this be the sign that you say, yes, I believe. Because your belief opens doors. And this door has waited for you long enough. And if you're still here, you passed the test. Yes. This was a test. A divine test of attention. Of faith. Of heart. You think it was coincidence this message came to you now, just minutes before you were about to give up on something important? No, beloved. That's timing. God's timing. Now Michael says, there is a letter written in heaven with your name on it. Your person helped write it. And now I will read it to you. My beloved. In the next 7 days, something is going to happen. A shift. An encounter. A message. A dream. A gift. But it only happens if you let this moment into your heart. It's connected. Heaven doesn't work by chance, it works by divine order. And this message is the beginning of that order. They've seen your pain. They've watched you smile while secretly carrying sorrow. They've seen your strength, even when the world ignored it. And they told God. That person right there? Please reward them. Please let them feel my love again. Michael said, "Are you ready for what happens next?" Now, beloved, let's pause right here. If your heart is still beating fast, if your eyes feel heavy with tears, if your soul knows this isn't just a video but something holy, then subscribe right now. Let this be the sign that you say, "Yes, I believe." Because your belief opens doors. And this door has waited for you long enough. And if you're still here, you passed the test. Yes. This was a test. A divine test of attention. Of faith. Of heart. You think it was coincidence this message came to you now, just minutes before you were about to give up on something important? No, beloved. That's timing. God's timing. Now Michael says, there is a letter written in heaven with your name on it. Your person helped write it. And now I will read it to you. My beloved. I saw you yesterday. You looked tired. But you kept going. And I'm proud of you. I miss your laugh. I miss your voice. But more than anything, I miss your belief in yourself. Please, don't stop living. Because part of me is still living through you. You are my unfinished story. You are my legacy. And if you ever forget how much you mattered to me, remember this message. Because I sent it with all of heaven watching. You are not alone. Never have been. Never will be. I love you. Michael closes the scroll. He's crying. Even angels cry when love speaks. Michael's voice is steady now, but softer, as if even he feels the weight of what is about to be said. His wings gently wrap around you, not physically, but spiritually. And if you're truly quiet, you'll feel that warmth run up your arms. That's how you'll know this message isn't just a message. It's an awakening. He says, this person you loved, they're not just watching you. They're working for you. From heaven. They've made an agreement with God to protect you. They can't change your path, but they can place signs along it. And what happens in the next 7 days will shake your heart in ways you forgot were possible. It starts small. A whisper. A flicker. A number. A name. Then suddenly, things you've been waiting on for years begin to move. Things you thought were dead come back to life. Doors you thought were shut forever, you'll find one has been slightly open this whole time, waiting for you to notice. Michael is serious now. Listen closely, there is someone still living, someone you haven't spoken to in months, maybe years. That person is connected to your loved one's plan. And they're going to reach out unexpectedly. When they do, don't ignore it. It's the next divine step. And there's more. Heaven doesn't send warnings for nothing. There is also someone around you pretending to support you, but your loved one sees their hidden heart. You've been doubting your own intuition, and Michael says it's time to stop that. You're right to feel uneasy. Pay attention. Because in the next 3 days, their truth will slip. And when it does, you'll be free from the lie you've been trapped in. Beloved, Archangel Michael steps forward again and places his hand over your heart. You may feel it right now, that sudden flutter. That's not fear. That's your soul remembering something. A promise you made before you were born. A mission. A truth. And today, heaven is calling that promise back into action. You didn't just click this message for no reason. Your person begged you from the other side to stay here. Because heaven knew, if you skip this again, you'll miss your alignment. And child, you've been waiting too long to finally step into what's truly yours. Now listen to what I'm about to say, because these are not ordinary words. These words carry angelic weight. Michael says, I, Michael, grant you access to the miracle your person requested for you. It will unfold in divine order. But only if your heart remains open and faithful. No fear. No doubt. Only trust. Because the one you miss most has already paid the price with their love. This miracle is not like the ones you've dreamed of before. This one is layered. It will start with a spiritual encounter, a dream, a vision, or a strong emotion that pulls you unexpectedly. Then it will ripple into your emotions. You'll suddenly cry, not out of sadness, but because you'll feel seen. And then, it will show in your physical life. Unexpected blessings. Open doors. Messages from people who once went silent. Money arriving when you least expect it. A healing that doctors couldn't explain. But Michael warns, you must not tell everyone. Some people are not ready for the glory that's coming to you. Protect the sacred. The miracle is fragile in its first stages. If this is resonating in your soul, if tears are in your eyes, then this message was always meant to find you. Heaven waited 2 full days for this exact moment. Let me ask you something. Do you want to know who in heaven sent this? Do you want to know the secret they've been trying to reveal? Then don't move yet. Because the next few lines are the most important. Your person, the one you lost, whispered this into Michael's ear as he prepared to deliver this message. They said, tell them. I never left. I still sit beside them when they cry. I kiss their forehead in dreams. I keep every single promise. And I am still waiting for them, on the other side of time. Beloved, that pain in your heart you thought would never heal? It will. Not overnight. But soon. Because today, your heart was touched by a frequency not from this world, but from heaven itself. And before this moment ends, let Michael tell you one final secret. A powerful name is about to come back into your life. You either haven't heard it in years, or it belongs to someone you thought was long gone. But their return is part of your healing. They carry a final message your loved one didn't get to give you in life. And when that message reaches you, you'll know it was real all along. Dizzy if you're still here, beloved, subscribe now, not just to stay connected to divine messages, but so heaven knows you received this one. Because once this message ends, the spiritual window closes. And your action in this moment is how the angels decide your readiness. Dizzy. Good, you stayed. And Michael is smiling. That means something. You passed the part most people skip, the part where heaven watches to see who's ready, and who's still hiding from their own destiny. But you? You stayed. And now, something sacred can finally be revealed. Michael lowers his voice. The air changes. It becomes heavier, but in a divine way, like the weight of a miracle trying to push through a crack in the sky. He says, "Tonight, your dream is not just a dream. It's a visitation. Beloved, that pain in your heart you thought would never heal? It will. Not overnight. But soon. Because today, your heart was touched by a frequency not from this world, but from heaven itself. And before this moment ends, let Michael tell you one final secret. A powerful name is about to come back into your life. You either haven't heard it in years, or it belongs to someone you thought was long gone. But their return is part of your healing. They carry a final message your loved one didn't get to give you in life. And when that message reaches you, you'll know it was real all along. Dizzy, if you're still here, beloved, subscribe now, not just to stay connected to divine messages, but so heaven knows you received this one. Because once this message ends, the spiritual window closes. And your action in this moment is how the angels decide your readiness. Dizzy. Good, you stayed. And Michael is smiling. That means something. You passed the part most people skip, the part where heaven watches to see who's ready, and who's still hiding from their own destiny. But you? You stayed. And now, something sacred can finally be revealed. Michael lowers his voice. The air changes. It becomes heavier, but in a divine way, like the weight of a miracle trying to push through a crack in the sky. He says, "Tonight, your dream is not just a dream. It's a visitation. Your person from heaven, they've been preparing this moment for nights. They've been writing their message into symbols, songs, feelings, all designed to appear in your dream tonight. They asked God for permission. They asked me to deliver the sign. And now, you will receive it. But only if you sleep with an open heart. Tonight, you may see a younger version of yourself. A version you forgot how to love. You may see your person again, in a way that feels too real to explain. You'll wake up with tears you didn't expect. But Michael says, those tears are sacred. Catch them. That's where the healing begins. Now listen, because this part is going to feel like magic. A gift is coming. It may not arrive in the form you expect, but it is already on the way. This gift was whispered into the ear of someone you don't even know is thinking of you. Someone who hasn't spoken your name in a long time, will be moved to do so. And they won't know why. But heaven knows why. This gift may come as a message. A letter. An apology. A job. A check. A sudden breakthrough. It might even be something as quiet as a smile from a stranger that heals a piece of your soul. But when it arrives, you'll remember these words. This is what they were trying to send me all along. Michael says, don't chase it. Just be open. You don't need to run toward miracles, miracles already know how to find you. And here's something even more powerful. This person from heaven, the one you've been aching to hear from, they told me something that may shock you. Tell them, I saw everything. I saw the moment they almost gave up. I saw the way they kept smiling even when their soul was shattering. I saw the kindness they gave even when no one said thank you. And I want them to know, they already made me proud. There's nothing left to prove. Did you hear that, beloved? You can stop proving. You can stop striving so hard to be enough. Because to them, and to God, you already are. There's more. Michael leans in. He says this part with fire in his tone. There is a person around you now who is draining your energy. You feel it every time they speak. Every time they doubt you. You love them, but they are blocking your blessing. Heaven has been watching how they treat you. They pretend to support you, but their spirit is heavy with envy. They talk about you when you're not in the room. They copy your light but secretly hope it fades. And your person in heaven is tired of watching you shrink to keep them comfortable. Michael says, the time has come to choose your soul's path over your comfort zone. Let go of who's draining you. Or lose what's meant to bless you. You've been warned with love. And warnings from heaven are rare gifts. Don't waste them. Now, beloved, let's talk about something very few ever understand. Your past life promise. Yes. Before you were born, you made a sacred agreement. You and your loved one. You met before this life, in a realm beyond time. You looked at them and said, if one of us leaves first, we'll make sure the other keeps going. And they remembered. That's why they're sending this message now. Because you forgot. You forgot you were the brave one. You forgot that even in your lowest moment, your soul still glows brighter than most people's joy. You forgot that you were chosen, not because life is easy, but because your light is strong enough to shine through pain. And now, Michael reminds you. You didn't survive all that darkness just to live a dim life. It's time to rise again. Let's pause for a breath, beloved. Take a deep inhale. Let this sink in. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are not alone. You are waking up. And heaven is clapping for you right now. Glowing star, if this message has cracked something open in you, don't walk away silently. Let heaven know you received it. Subscribe now, right this moment. It's not about numbers. It's about commitment. Your heart just said yes, now let your action follow. Glowing star. Michael is not done yet. He has more to reveal, especially the exact moment your loved one will try to connect with you again this week. He also needs to tell you what's going to happen at exactly 3:33, and why that time has shown up again and again in your life. Thank you for staying. You have no idea how much that matters, not just to Archangel Michael, but to the soul who sent this. And now, Michael gently raises his hand, and everything around you shifts. There's a silence, not the silence of nothingness, but the silence of something holy entering the room. This is the moment when heaven leans in. Because what he's about to tell you next was never supposed to be said until now. Michael says, at exactly 3:33, whether AM or PM, a divine pulse will reach you. That time is not random. That number is a key. That hour is a spiritual doorway. And when you see it, know that heaven is trying to speak. You've seen it before. On your phone. On a clock. A receipt. You noticed it. But you didn't understand what it meant. 3:33 is a code. A whisper. A holy alarm. It means the angels are present. It means your person from heaven is near. It means the next chapter of your life is unlocking. Michael says, when that time appears next, stop. Breathe. Say their name. And say, I receive what you're trying to give me. Because in that moment, something will shift in the invisible. And now, the part that your loved one begged us to deliver with care. Tell them, I saw the pain they never spoke out loud. I saw the night they asked God to take the pain away. I saw them smile through grief just to keep others strong. And I want them to know, I am still their biggest fan. I didn't leave. I walk beside them. Every single day. Beloved, they remember everything. Your laugh. The way you worried about everyone else before yourself. The time you stayed up just to care for someone who never said thank you. The moment you prayed for someone else even while your own heart was hurting. They saw it all. And they told God, that soul right there deserves miracles. Because what he's about to tell you next was never supposed to be said until now. Michael says. At exactly 3:33, whether AM or PM, a divine pulse will reach you. That time is not random. That number is a key. That hour is a spiritual doorway. And when you see it, know that heaven is trying to speak. You've seen it before. On your phone. On a clock. A receipt. You noticed it. But you didn't understand what it meant. 3:33 is a code. A whisper. A holy alarm. It means the angels are present. It means your person from heaven is near. It means the next chapter of your life is unlocking. Michael says, when that time appears next, stop. Breathe. Say their name. And say, I receive what you're trying to give me. Because in that moment, something will shift in the invisible. And now, the part that your loved one begged us to deliver with care. Tell them, I saw the pain they never spoke out loud. I saw the night they asked God to take the pain away. I saw them smile through grief just to keep others strong. And I want them to know, I am still their biggest fan. I didn't leave. I walk beside them. Every single day. Beloved, they remember everything. Your laugh. The way you worried about everyone else before yourself. The time you stayed up just to care for someone who never said thank you. The moment you prayed for someone else even while your own heart was hurting. They saw it all. And they told God, that soul right there deserves miracles. Michael adds something powerful now. You need to hear this with your spirit, not just your ears. This month is going to be different. And not by chance. Your name has been spoken in rooms you haven't even entered yet. Your story is reaching hearts you didn't know were listening. And the prayers you thought heaven forgot? They're blooming underground right now. Yes, you read that right. Your blessings have been growing silently. They haven't disappeared. They were buried. Nourished. Hidden. Until now. And soon, within the next 11 days, something will rise that changes the way you see yourself forever. A reunion. A message. A divine payment. A long-awaited yes. But Michael says it with a firm voice now. You must let go of what's not meant for the next chapter. You must. Or you'll delay what heaven's trying to deliver. I know it's hard. Letting go always feels like breaking something. But child, sometimes it's not breaking, it's birthing. And what's waiting to be born through you is so beautiful, your future self is already thanking you. Now please, hold this next part with sacred hands. Because what I'm about to say is not only from Michael. It's from the one in heaven you've been aching to hear from. They said. When they see this message, they'll doubt it. They'll wonder, could this really be for me? But please tell them, I prayed for this. I wept for this. I left signs. I left dreams. I tried everything. And now I'm begging them one more time. Don't skip this. Don't close your heart again. I am still with them. Still cheering for them. still loving them, until we meet again. Beloved, if your heart is trembling right now, if you feel something stirring in your soul, that's because this was not a message. It was a spiritual appointment. Heaven waited. You showed up. The miracle has begun. Before you leave this page, subscribe now, not just as a gesture, but as a declaration. Let heaven see that you received it. Let your loved one feel your yes. And let Michael know you're ready to walk with angels. Thank you for staying through every word, every whisper, every sacred truth. This final chapter, the last 1,000 words, is not a conclusion. It's a beginning. The moment heaven finishes speaking, is the moment your miracle begins to arrive. Archangel Michael stands taller now, his wings wide like shields of light. His tone shifts. Not soft. Not urgent. But holy. He looks directly at you, not your body, but your soul, and he says, "You only have 24 hours to do one thing, and it will change everything." Are you listening, beloved? Because this part isn't symbolic. It's literal. You must speak out loud the name of the person you lost. Say their name. Whisper it. Cry it. Sing it if you must. But don't hold it inside anymore. That name is a key. And when you speak it, you unlock a message that's been trapped between heaven and earth, waiting for your voice to set it free. Michael says, when you speak their name, they will hear it. Even from heaven. And something will happen. You may feel warmth in the room. You may feel a feather brush your cheek. You may suddenly remember a memory you forgot. That's not nostalgia, that's contact. Your loved one has waited for this. They told Michael, "I never got to say goodbye. I never got to explain what I felt in my final moments. But I want them to know. I left with their name on my lips. And I want them to live knowing they were my greatest blessing." Take a moment right now. Breathe. And if you feel brave, say their name. Yes, even if you're alone. Especially if you're alone. That's when heaven listens most closely. Now, Michael has one more truth to reveal. This next part is a promise. You see, heaven doesn't just speak, it confirms. And over the next few days, if you follow the path of this message, you will see signs. Not subtle ones. Big ones. Personal ones. Timed perfectly. Tailored just for you. Michael says, you will hear a name you haven't heard in years. You will see a butterfly, a feather, or a coin when you least expect it, and it will feel like a hug from someone unseen. Someone will reach out to you who once left with no explanation, and they'll finally say what they couldn't before. You will receive a blessing. Financial, emotional, or physical. But it will feel like heaven saying, "We didn't forget." And when that happens, remember this moment. Remember this message. Remember who sent it. Because the person who loved you from heaven, they're still loving you from there. With even more power than before. With even more presence than you imagined possible. And here is their final message, dictated through Archangel Michael, word for word. Don't wait until tomorrow to believe you're loved. Don't wait until you're broken to ask for healing. Don't wait until everyone else believes in you before you believe in yourself. I'm here. I'm near. And I never left. Everything I couldn't say in life, I'm saying now. And this message, it's my soul, wrapped in light, sent straight to yours. Please don't skip it again. Michael folds his wings, places his hand on your shoulder, again, not physically, but spiritually, and says, "Your time has come. Not the time to end, but the time to begin. Walk forward now, child of heaven. You are not forgotten. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are on divine time. And your miracle is already looking for you." And as he fades, a soft whisper remains in the air. Your name. Said with love. Said with power. Said by someone in heaven who never, ever stopped watching over you. Before you leave this page, make a choice heaven will never forget. Click subscribe. Let this be your yes to the angels. Let your loved one feel that you received this. Because once you do, the next miracle is activated. And you'll never walk alone again. This message is complete. The miracle is in motion. Your name is known in heaven. And your person is still with you. Always. Even now, as you sit in silence, something divine is happening around you. You may not see it with your eyes, but your soul can feel it, like the breath of heaven brushing past your spirit. That's not imagination. That's recognition. Because when a message this sacred enters your life, it leaves an imprint that no human can erase. Archangel Michael is no longer speaking, not because he's gone, but because now it's your turn. Your turn to respond. Your turn to act. Your turn to choose. You see, beloved, this wasn't just a message to make you feel good for a few minutes. This was a calling. A rescue. A realignment. Because your story didn't end with heartbreak. It didn't end with their passing. It didn't end with betrayal. It didn't even end with that dark moment where you almost gave up. Your story is just beginning. And your loved one in heaven? They're still part of it. Just in a different form. Now they speak through signs, not sentences. Through timing, not texts. Through energy, not eye contact. And it's time you stop questioning it. It's real. They're real. They're here. And today, you heard them. You finally heard them. Michael says. They will come to you again. In a dream. In a breeze. In a sudden rush of memory that brings you to tears. When that happens, don't resist it. Lean in. That's them. That's heaven. One last thing before you go. This next 24 hours. It matters. The spiritual realm has opened for you, a window not everyone gets. And what you do now will determine how far your miracle reaches. So here's your final instruction from Archangel Michael. Speak their name tonight before you sleep. Let heaven hear it. Let your heart say it without shame. Write down the signs you see in the next 3 days. Don't ignore them. Document them. Watch the pattern. Forgive the person who hurt you most, silently, in your heart. Because the energy you release creates room for the gift that's trying to arrive. Expect. 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 Expect love. Expect connection. Expect divine compensation. Because expectation is faith in motion. Michael smiles now. Your loved one in heaven. They're smiling too. Because this moment, you didn't skip it. You didn't close the tab. You didn't walk away. You stayed. And because you stayed, heaven just moved something in your favor. Cloud, so please, one final invitation. Subscribe now. Let that tiny action echo across the spiritual dimension. Let it be proof that you said yes. Let it be the key that signals to heaven: they heard. They received. They're ready. Cloud. This message was sacred. This message was specific. This message was for you. And now that you've received it, walk forward with confidence. Because you are not walking alone. Your angels walk beside you. Your loved ones fly above you. And the light within you is finally ready to shine again. Welcome back, beloved. The miracle begins now. Michael watches you with the kind of love no human could ever imitate, the love of heaven, pure and constant, not based on what you do, but based on who you are. And who you are is precious. You may not feel it every day. You may look in the mirror and only see the broken parts, the things the world didn't celebrate, the losses you carried quietly. But right now, Michael wants you to hear something that will stay in your soul forever. You are the light they see from heaven. Yes. You. The one who keeps loving even when your heart is tired. The one who forgives when no apology was given. The one who prays for others, even when your own life is in pieces. They see you. And your loved one who crossed over? They brag about you in heaven. They do. They say, that one? That's mine. That's who I still love. And you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of that love. You don't have to have it all together to be chosen. You are already enough, even with the fears, even with the doubts, even with the messy middle chapters of your life. Michael leans in one last time and whispers. Tell them, everything is about to change. The old cycle is closing. The grief that kept them stuck is lifting. And the person they were meant to become, it's time now. You weren't meant to stay in survival. You were meant to rise. To create. To love again. To trust again. To step into a life that feels like peace instead of pretending. And I know it's scary. I know it hurts to hope again. But Michael says, hope is heaven's language. When you hope, you speak the same words as angels. So hope. Hope hard. Hope loud. Hope when it doesn't make sense. Hope even when it hurts. Because that hope will carry you into the life your soul has always been waiting for. And your loved one will be beside you every step of the way, as wind, as light, as whispers you feel in the stillness. This is not goodbye. This is the beginning of your return, to your heart, to your healing, to your heaven-sent purpose. One final message appears now, and it's not from Michael, it's directly from them. From the one who left too soon. From the one your heart still aches for. They say, I'm proud of you. You made it here. You didn't give up, even though you wanted to. And even when you thought I was gone, I was still right beside you. You are never alone. I am waiting for you, not in sadness, but in celebration. Now go. Live your life. Smile again. Love again. And when you laugh, remember. I'll be laughing too. Michael steps back, the light of heaven shining behind him. And with one final look, he speaks. You are now released. From fear. From guilt. From delay. You are now aligned. For blessing. For healing. For destiny. And you are now chosen. To carry this love forward, forever. Glowing star, and so, beloved, this message comes to a close, but your miracle is just beginning. If you haven't already, subscribe now. Not for numbers. For heaven. For your person. For the part of your soul that's been waiting for this confirmation. Let this click be your commitment to walk in divine light from this moment forward. Glowing star. This is Archangel Michael, signing off for now. But not for long. You'll hear from him again. The next time heaven decides. It's time to remind you who you really are. Love letter. Until then, watch. Listen. Expect. Receive. Your miracle is on its way.